Whoop whoop! I guess we're gonna talk about things that are randomly on my mind on a late Saturday night. Yeah, that'll be fun. Think of it this way, it's like we're getting drunk, except it's through YouTube, and now you're stuck listening to me, right? You are stuck, right? Please tell me your computer froze. So this episode is going to be as miscellaneous as I am. Get it? Because Cadma, there's an M in my name. You chuckled. What to talk about, actually. I'm actually out of ideas for at least particularly today, because the few things that I do want to work on require a little bit more time, a little more editing, and I'm kind of like stuck on that, wanting to make it as good as possible. I really want good quality, particularly for this channel, and I want to stay on point with that. One of the things, I guess, what can I talk about today? What did I do this week? Yeah, that sounds interesting. Totally interesting, right? I got some new sponsors, again, so I'm pretty psyched and excited about it. It's for a clothing company, doing sportswear, fitness, which I'm really excited about. I have like all these crazy ideas that like I'm just warped and ready, so you guys are going to see some commercials that I'm going to be doing for them that I'm actually like really excited for, and I think this is going to be the next level to the next step. So you'll see me modeling dreaming elegance as well as dissident, and what being dissident means to me, which I'm pretty sure that's what the D in Cadma stands for. But yeah, that's one of the things that that's been on my mind this week that I'm actually very excited about. I only arrived, it only arrived that some of my packages came in from the company, so like I'm just waiting for the rest of the stuff that they were going to send me, which I think is pretty awesome. The other thing I guess I could talk about is the fact that when it comes to people's looks, a lot of the times, I'm a thin person. I'm about 5'7.5", almost 5'8" or so, $120. I'm nothing but pure muscle, just all muscle. Can't help myself. So the thing about it is, a friend of mine, I think she's absolutely just beautiful. I think she's beautiful. I'm actually very quick to compliment women, unless I feel you're stuck up, then you don't get a compliment. And it's not to be spiteful, it's just that I feel like there's enough air floating up there, I don't need to assist you. So the thing about it is, she has this obsession with wanting to be thin. So she happens to be shorter than me, and she reminds me of an old friend that I used to have. I kind of talked to her here and there, but she was very, very obsessed with being thin. And it's funny because we actually wore the same size clothes, except she's just shorter than me. I mean, this is a girl who would walk down the street, banging body, whole 9 yards. Dudes are like turning their heads like, whoa. That was their reaction to her. And then when it came to women, the women just hated her just because how freaking pretty she was. Now this friend, she's not curvy, but she is shorter. But to her, in her mind, she's really curvy, but not like boys, like my milkshake brings other boys. Like, it's none of that kind of curviness. In her head, she's fat. And I've actually come across this quite often, and I'm often left in this strange position because whenever I try to assist them, whenever I try to tell them, actually, I think you look perfectly fine, the immediate reaction is, you don't understand because you're already thin. And I know a lot of skinny girls get that because we have a high metabolism, which sounds great to everyone else, except for me. I am constantly hungry. I die in the desert, okay? Like, there's no, like, survival. And if you're with me, yeah, I'm probably gonna eat you because I'm gonna get freaking hungry. My stomach eats itself. That's how high my metabolism is. So if I don't have a snack nearby, I become the evilest little thing you have ever come across, and it's because I'm hungry. If I'm ever mean to you in public, you see me like, oh, hey, Cadma, hey, and I'm like, it's probably because I'm hungry. I won't lie. I am the reason why those Snickers commercial exists. But for her in particular, she's very obsessed, and I always feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I can't give good advice because I feel like in their head I'm doing this. Look how beautiful I am. you too can be beautiful, but not quite as beautiful as I. Like, I feel like that's what they're thinking most of the time, and for me it's uncomfortable because I'm being as genuine as possible. I haven't met a woman that I thought was like, eee! Like, that's yet to happen. I mean, if it happens, I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't be paying attention anyway, because I'm so self-absorbed. Not in the sense that I'm vain. I'm narcissistic enough to admit that I only focus on me. That's it. And so I wouldn't notice someone if someone else considered like, oh, she's ugly. I wouldn't even notice. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds great. So how could I get my next paycheck? Like, that's really all I care about. And it's weird because I'll come across women who compare themselves to me, and it's weird because, and I'm not saying this because I'm assuming they are. They make the comments that they are. Like, they'll mention like, oh, you're so thin, you don't have to worry about working out, you know, da, 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 da. And I can see like everything about you is perfect, and I'm like, no, not really. Because I'm not really one who cares much about my looks. As far as I'm concerned, my looks have always, and I mean always, brought me trouble. I can't have many girlfriends, you know. When it comes to dudes get a little wacky and crazy, and I think because I'm petite, they think I can own that, and then I'm like, oh, I don't go in the cage for nobody. You know, so when I come across these situations where there's a good friend of mine who's sitting there comparing herself to me, because to her, I'm the ideal weight of what she wants to be. And, you know, she actually even told me, like, she weighs the exact same amount. I was like, oh my god, twinsies! Like, I tried my best, and it's weird because it gets to the point that whenever I know I'm gonna see her, I honest to God feel like I have to wear my biggest sweatpants. I can't feel like I can wear a dress around her. I feel incredibly uncomfortable because I know as soon as I see her, because when I see her, I'm like, oh, there she is. I get really excited like I normally would, and then I can see the look on her face like, hey, oh, she's so thin. And I can see it. I can see it in her face. You know, when I mean, I don't walk down the street feeling like I need to compare myself to anyone. I could give two rats ass if a freaking guy looks at me. He'd be lucky if I notice if he's looking at me. Like, I really do live in my own little world. Even if I have a crush on a guy, I will actually ignore you still. So it's just how I work. So it's weird because I want to boost up her self-esteem. I want her to feel good about herself. I don't want her starving herself or cutting her wrist or not eating enough or, you know, eating a little bit but then throwing up the rest. You know, I've had all kinds of friends, you know, and I think a lot of times people don't realize how crucial it is a woman's confidence really should be. And I don't mean confidence where she's like, you know, that I look good. That's fine, you can be confident, just don't put down other people. That's always been my rule. Like, I don't walk by people doing that, like, I'm thin, what about you, fatso? Like, I don't do that. I don't have that urge to do so, and I've never had the urge. You know, I don't believe in pushing on my insecurities upon another person. Instead, I get wrapped up in this concern of, like, I start to feel bad for even being thin sometimes because I'm trying to like have a regular conversation with them and they're like, yeah man, but you're so thin, and I bought this dress and I can't even fit the dress, but I mean, but you would fit the dress perfectly, and like it turns into like this whirlwind of like thin, and honestly, women, if you're watching, guys do not care if you are thin or if you are curvy. Granted, there are men who have preferences. Some of them like them petite, some of them like them big, some of them like them tall, some of them like them short. But ladies, let's be honest, men will grab anything that has an orifice in it. So let's be honest with ourselves. It does not matter what you look like. There are plenty, and you women know what I'm talking about, where like you be walking outside looking busted, your hair be like this on top of your head, you go in the grocery store, you're like, yeah, how much is this? And then some dude walk by you and he's like, and you're looking at him like, who the fuck is he looking at? Me? I'm the only girl in the store? Oh, me? Yo, but don't be talking to me, dude. I looked up today. Come on, man. That moment, it doesn't matter. That should be enough to tell you that men just don't care, you know? And it doesn't actually matter what you wear either, to a certain extent, unless you're one of those pompous dudes who are like, you have to be perfect. Them. But when it comes to dudes, they don't really care about, you know, those things so much. They care about something. When they see you, they're like, that one. That is the one I want to mate with. Whether it's temporarily or forever, who knows? But the point is, when they look at you, they go, that is the one that I want. So, you know, Also, plus, men only care about one piece of clothing that you could possibly wear, which every man loves. It's your birthday suit. So when I want to hang out with her, I almost feel uncomfortable and bad because I'm like, oh, I'm thin, and she's just gonna keep staring. And it happens with me all the time. You know, like when you're thin and you naturally have that high metabolism, a lot of times people will naturally feel the need to point out how thin you are, like excessively. Like it's excessive. Like, well, she's by herself. This one's thin. Everyone, quick! And it either turns into a skinny bashing game, or it's I'm gonna project my insecurities onto you, but I want to make you feel like crap. Those are my favorites because that's when I turn into a jerk. I'm really sweet, but when I decide I'm gonna be an a-hole, trust me, it's gonna scar you for life. I'm a Scorpio, so what happens? Or the other one is, by existing, she's insecure with herself. And I know there's nothing that I can do about it. I know this. But as her friend, and as it being something that I consistently it's every day. It's every single day. If I'm dressed up for the day, I can guarantee you, if I'm really dressed up and I feel like I look nice today, I will get more hatred for dressing up from women than I ever do on a regular day. Like if you know, t-shirt, jeans, that kind of thing. Because if I'm dressed up, like, oh, she's advertising how thin she is. And it's that hatred, or it's the fact that, oh, wow, look how thin she is. And it's weird. It's very, very uncomfortable. So when I see my friend, I don't know how to console her. You know, I don't know how to comfort her because she's so far off the edge, obsessed with her weight thing, that I'm genuinely scared for her. I don't know what she's gonna do. And she's trying to get to a body weight that honestly only exists for a 12-year-old. I mean, everyone was that size when you were 12. And it's impossible. You know, it's physically impossible to become that size and that weight that you're determined to get without killing yourself. You know what I mean? And I don't mean like killing yourself like, oh, you're just officially dead, that kind of thing. I mean killing yourself where your soul rots and dies inside of you and everything else just go, wah! That kind of thing. So I guess that's what my rant is for today. It's my odd life revolving around how thin I am or how muscular I am. Because a lot of people point out like, oh, you work out a lot. It's just because I like to work out. I'm just one of those crazy muscle meatheads that are like, ah! Like that's me. I like working out for like 4 to 5. I mean, I scarred my hand. I'm probably sure you saw that in the last video because I wouldn't stop collie stick fighting for like 4 to 5 hours. Like I wasn't stopping. I probably should have stopped, but I didn't. I was like, this is so fun! Ah! Like I was just at it. But that's just me. Someone else would have been like, it's been an hour. I gotta take a break. Not me. So, you know, I mean, I guess what I'm really looking for is if anyone has advice, something to tell my friend, something to help me guide her, because the situation has been happening for so long with me that I don't know what to do with my friends. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know how to console them because when I try to, the immediate reaction is, well, you're thin, you wouldn't get it. You know, it's like me telling someone who's bigger than me, going, oh my God, it's just, I'm so hungry all the time. It's so stressful. Oh, you wouldn't get it because you're fat. You know, like it's annoying, but then at the same time, it goes over my head and all, and I just ignore it with everything. But then I feel bad because I don't know how to make her feel good. I try complimenting her all the time. I do all kinds of things. I mean, to the point that you would think I was a gay lover, like, baby, you looking good. I mean, I'll do it in a minute. Just because I think it'll make her feel good. You know, if I see a girl who looks clueless about her looks, and she looks like she's having a really bad day, and I'm in a retail store, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna buy this. Hey, they're beautiful. How are you doing today? Because I think it comes off differently than when a man's trying to hit on you, and he's like, hey, beautiful. Which, fellas, stop that. That's not cute. That is not cute. You know what that is? That's for dogs. That's what my mother taught me. It's for cats and it's for dogs, and hay is for freaking horses. Approach us correctly, by the way. For the fellas that do it. For the fellas who don't, you guys are doing great. Keep up the good work, and please approach people like my friend and let them know that they're beautiful. You don't need to compliment them 24/7. But just be genuine. And I feel like sometimes when I approach those women in a retail store just to tell them that they are beautiful, I mean it. Like, I'm not just casually saying it like, oh, you look pretty. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm being as genuine as possible, and I'll pick out the best aspects to them, at least in my opinion. I mean, I'm an eyes kind of chick. I love eyes. eyes and legs. I'm very quick to check out a guy in shorts. I'm like, ooh, I see leg. Probably get that from my father, because my father loves legs. That's the one thing he loved about my mom. He liked her legs, and I probably got that from him. I see some dude with some shorts, I'm like, but but that's enough joking about that. But I kind of just feel like maybe someone out there on the internet has an idea of what I can do to help her out. If anyone says gain weight, ha 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 ha, ha, cute, but I can't. I get denser actually as I get heavier. It's really weird. Like, you can pick me up and then the next day it's like dunk. One of these days, if I ever meet anyone, you'll realize how light and heavy I can be all within one setting. But yeah, it's frustrating because I think she's beautiful. I think she's incredibly talented, you know, but she's still freaking clueless about it. And I feel like she should know that. And even if I tell her that, it seems to be not enough, you know. And I don't know if there's enough self-help books in the world that could actually help a female feel good about herself, or at least get to the point where they're neutral. Like, I'm neutral about my looks. I don't notice if a dude's hitting on me until he says, hey, me likey, me mate, we mate, yeah. Like, I know I'm clueless to it because that's how I get tricked into dates all the time. Because I'll be like, business meeting, huh? And I'll be like, oh, awesome, this is great. I got my portfolio, hold on. This is gonna be the moment. This is gonna be it. And I get so confident until I get there, and I'm like, why is he in a suit? This is weird. I mean, I got my business suit on, but I thought it was a casual business meeting. You know, like, it'll feel weird, and then I'll realize it's a date. Which usually means that I text the written Ralph, will be like, yo, this dude is saying some weird stuff, and he'll be like, that's a date. Like, like, you know, but that's how clueless I am. And in regards to, like, not caring about my looks. The other reason why I don't care about my looks is because, like I said, I gain a lot much more trouble for my looks than I do for anything else. So I could care less for them. I just maintain them just because I'm in entertainment. But I don't know what to do with her. I just don't. So, I mean, for anyone who's watching this video, I mean, if you have some sort of, like, an idea, I'm open-minded. I'm really all for it. I'd love to find a way to maybe help boost up her self-esteem, because it's uncomfortable to be around her, because I feel like I can't be myself or even dress like myself without her sitting there beating herself up just because I exist. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I know it's a little more serious than you guys expected. This is what happens on a Saturday night. I'll be honest with you, I haven't been sleeping very well this whole week, and you know, like most women who know this, when a woman can't sleep, you know what we do, right? All night, just think. That's when men get in trouble. Hey Applebites, thank you so much for watching my episode. Be sure to click down that button down there to subscribe. Give me some thumbs. Give me some, I don't know what kind of thumb you want to give me. You want to give me a sideways one, like you're not sure, but that's fine, that's fine. What I really want you to do is to comment and give me some freaking idea of what to do with my friend, because there's nothing wrong with her. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her, and I don't think any woman should ever compare herself to another female. In fact, I don't even think women should be fighting amongst other females just to get the attention of a guy or be the attention of the room. I think all that stuff is stupid. In fact, I think it's what keeps women separate instead of us actually coming together to take over the world like we're destined to be. Watch out, fellas.